Welcome back, everybody, to GDQ HOTFIX. We are continuing with Sonic and the Shiny Thing by Flying Fox and Amber Cyprin. Next, before we jump directly into that, though, quick thing I wanted to mention that HOTFIX is funded in part thanks to your bits and subscriptions. Your support are what makes events like this possible, so please consider subscribing to support future broadcasts. And with that, welcome. It's time for Sonic CD.
Hi everyone, my name is Amber Cyprin. I'm the organizer of this event. As you probably have heard, if you haven't, hi. And I am joined by Flying Fox, who is the runner of this game. You may have seen, if you were watching yesterday, you may have seen Sonic CD, Sonic All Time Stones, run by Rafael Mir, which was a fantastic run, commentated by Argic. But this time we're actually going to be going for a different goal. We're getting the same good ending, but not only are we not playing as Sonic, we are instead of collecting shiny things, we are instead destroying robot generators in every act and creating a good future. So we are still getting the good ending, just in a different way. So it'll be interesting and different from the last time you saw this. And Flying. Yeah, Flying Fox, do you want to count us down or should I?
I would like you to do it, please.
Absolutely. All right, so we are gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this is Palm Tree Panic 1, but there's it being the first level, there's not a whole lot to talk about, but let's talk a little bit about the game itself. This version of the game came out in 2011, and this is the Christian Whitehead port. This game came out on Android, iOS, Xbox 360, PS3, and Steam. There's a few differences between this and the 1993 version, which has not been seen in this marathon. You can play as Tails, which we're doing right now. To unlock Tails, you need to beat the game as Sonic. Tails, just like he can in S3K, he can swim and fly. And you can also spin dash, remove the speed cap, and there are also no level wraps in the 2011 version. We played with the Japanese soundtrack yesterday, so we're actually going to be showing you the other half of the soundtrack with the US version. This is this is the only classic Sonic game outside of 3D Blast that had two, or actually this is the only one with a regional variant on soundtracks, rather than it being tied to what platform it's on. So here we go. So the way we actually achieve the good ending in this particular run, which is Tails' All Good Futures rather than Tails' All Time Stones, is we have to locate each robot generator in the past of every zone. That's one of them right there. So if we destroy that, we create a good future for that particular zone. It involves time traveling, which is a mechanic that in the Beat the Game run is only seen for various routing purposes. Maybe to get past a certain obstacle that wouldn't be there in the future, or just generally because it happens to be convenient at the time. Here we actually want to deliberately travel to the past so that we can create a good future. But we're actually going to be moving here into Palm Tree Panic 3. This is the good future of the zone, so, it's nice and pretty. It's not some sort of really awful looking place. Unlike, even if you collect all the time stones, it's not until the end of the game that you see good future. And the boss is even a pleasant shade of pink. It's great. Eggman definitely upped his robot design there. So some of you are asking, where are the shiny things in this run? Are they getting the time stones? No, they are not getting time stones. The shiny things, so to speak, are the shiny robot generators in the past of every zone that we have to destroy. It's a different way of getting the good ending. When I created this event, my intention was to get any sort of runs that either got an optional good ending through, different means that didn't involve collecting emeralds or time stones, or through collecting the optional shiny MacGuffins. There were many more runs where it was, you know, shiny MacGuffins, so we called it Sonic and the Shiny Things, rather than Sonic and the Good Things, because it just didn't quite sound as awesome. Awesome. It's been a long day. So there's our robot generator there, as we traveled to the past right next to it. If you do want to see an all-time Stones run, I do recommend checking out the VOD for yesterday's run by Rafamir. There's a pause buffer, by the way. And Tails is great.
There is a reason for that pause buffer. It's because you need to be on the very edge of that flipper and pause buffer the jump to get a really, really good fast fly. If it's really good, you can save about 9 seconds. That pause buffer is needed.
In fact, there's a handful of cases where you want to pause buffer. This game is primarily timed on its leaderboard in-game time rather than real time. So like the US soundtrack, typically you run for marathons or for RTA purposes, you would run on the Japanese soundtrack, as the ending jingle in every act is actually shorter in Japanese than it is in the US soundtrack. So, you know, this is going to be about 40 seconds longer than if we ran with JP soundtrack, but that's okay. There are plenty of merits to the US soundtrack as well. It's just not as good. But yeah, someone had mentioned, did I mention this is the Christian Whitehead port and that it's an official release? Yes, in fact, I did. This is also like one of his enhanced ports, much like Sonic 1 Android or Sonic 2 Android as well. Please port Sonic 2 and Sonic 1 Android to PC proper. Thank you. So as we enter Collision Chaos 3, if you like Sonic Spinball and are a little sad that it's not in this marathon, well, I got you the next best thing here, and it's already over. So unfortunately, you can't go over the top like you could in some other stages later in the run with Tails, because the ceiling is blocked off. Tails also has no means of doing the super peel out like Sonic can as well. But thankfully, that boss was executed extremely well by Flying Fox. That's a mini pinball machine, and it can be really obnoxious. But all right, here we go. Oh,
hang on a sec. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So we're actually gonna restart that stage.
Sorry,
because
my earbud was falling out.
Oh, you're all set. It is no worries.
Okay, that should be better. What?
So what we're trying to do here is it's very similar to Tails's Super Flight in Sonic Advance that you may have seen earlier by Kirby Master. We are trying to get a really good bounce off of that enemy right there, because we can go clear over the top of the stage right there. There we go. That is not an easy thing to do. It used to be before we used to get stopped occasionally by sub-pixels on that slope.
Yeah, I've been having some button issues with the jump earlier. I might have been mucking about my spin dash. That's unfortunate.
There is our robot generator there. Tails' doggy paddle is one of the cutest animations in Sonic history.
I mean, the thing is with spin dashing up the slope, it's so hard to do. You need to get a really fast spin dash up there. Whereas you're also trying to go against the floor that's collapsing at the same time beneath you.
Exactly. And also, titled Tempest, I will openly admit, to me just looks like a another labyrinth zone. So anyone who can find a way to like skip this stage, or you can also like go over the top of the stage with Sonic as well. But skipping any portion of any at this zone is much appreciated, because the sooner you're out of Labyrinth Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, the better.
Okay. That's annoying. I don't know why sometimes Tails just won't destroy the machine. He just stops like.
Yeah, that's absolutely bizarre. But hey, we made a good future in Zone 2, which is awesome. So here in Title Tempest 3, which is a very lovely shade of pink and white, with polka dots no less. Wow, what is this interior decorating of the zone? Like, I'm sorry, like, it would be way cooler if it was just like, you know, pink and white, but now we got this polka dot thing. Like, I'm sorry, polka dots were very much, you know, last year. But we have this huge, like, chunk of stinky cheese with this boss. Normally you have to, like, inhale all of these air bubbles around Eggman so you can, you know, give him a single hit that's required to beat him. But no, you get the invincibility and use abuse Tails' swimming to be able to just one-shot him.
Yep, I was the one who found that trick.
That is fantastic.
Oh god, that's so hilarious that I found that. I love it.
So here we're in Quartz Quadrant, and is this the one with the robot generator, or is it Zone 2, or Act 2 rather?
I thought it was both of them, sorry.
Okay, right. So normally in Quartz Quadrant 1 for Beat the Game, we try not to time travel. However, we kind of have to be able to destroy the generators in the past. Which, by the way, I actually forgot what the past version of pretty much all of these zones looked like. And Quartz Quadrant is actually quite pretty. Like, CD is actually a much prettier game when you play in the past, now that I'm looking at it.
The thing is, I really do love this game. I love playing the Tails, but All Good Futures is such a difficult category to do.
Yeah, absolutely, because you have to make sure, if you miss a single generator, that's it, the run's over. And I do believe most of the time travel instances are properly routed out so that we end up in the past right around where we should, as close to the generator as possible. But
yeah, I've done my best. I've only got up to Title Tempest 3. I'm still trying to optimize the run.
yeah, like, and I can imagine, like, most people just want to run beat the game in most of these games, which is entirely the point of this showcase, Sonic and the Shiny Things. It's to give a platform to the lesser run categories, or the even like the lesser known categories, like the All Emeralds. Hey, you could have gotten a time stone.
And no, I'm good, thank you. I'm sorry, I hate the UFO stages in this game. I love the Mania ones, but not this game.
See, I actually don't like the Sonic Mania, casually I don't like the Sonic Mania special stages. They stress me out. But they look fantastic. They're really cool. They're extremely hard. Alright, so I'd like everyone at home, since I know a lot of people haven't been able to get a workout well lately, I'd like everyone to get up and kind of jog in place with Tails, pretend you're on the treadmill. We're taking out this boss together.
Except me. I've got to sit on my chair and do this.
Yeah, and I've got to sit in my chair and commentate.
Yeah, let me off with this.
Also, just to clarify again...
Oh, no.
Oh, there's the cat.
No, he's awake. No, I can't let you out. I have no downtime. I'm sorry. You're going to have to wait.
So, just to clarify again with this event, Sonic and the Shiny Things, while the primary goal for most of these runs is to collect shiny things, the primary goal of other runs in this event is to achieve the good, the good ending or the best ending. uh, possible through any means necessary, which includes destroying robot generators or, you know, getting out of a self-destructing building, as we saw earlier in Hypnotic's Sega Sonic the Hedgehog run. Not every best ending run involves all the shiny things, so just pretend the shiny things are rings. Oh, that scares me.
Yeah, sorry. What scares me more is my cat wanting to jump on the desk while I'm doing this.
Oh. You can definitely stop running in place now that boss fight is over. Ooh, the background of the zone is actually really nice. Also, Wacky Workbench is a jerk. How would you know that you need to, like, fake getting crushed here to be able to get to these generators?
I have no idea. I didn't know that was a thing.
Sonic, the good, the bad, and the shiny, but then I'd have to include bad ending runs, and then it just becomes like... It becomes like mostly people submitting beat the game, and that's the exact opposite of what I'm after. It would just have to be Sonic the good, the good, and the shiny.
The thing with Wacky Workbench 1 is that no matter how good you are, the platforms can still mess it up for you and cause you to lose a lot of time, which is so annoying.
I also enjoy how you were able to go into the past and just to be able to maintain... So, actually, that's something I should talk about. When you are time traveling in this game, maybe you saw the previous run of CD in this marathon, or maybe you saw my Time Twisted run, where time travel is also a mechanic. Incidentally, in this game, in CD, you have to be able to maintain a certain amount of speed for about 20 seconds or so to be able to transition into the proper time period you're going for. If you kill your speed, you don't time travel, and you lose the ability to do so until you hit another signpost.
No, please don't do it. Especially not now. Not with this next boss coming up.
Actually, speaking of this next boss, I should be quiet, although I can't say that the cat's going to be quiet. I'll explain a little bit about this boss after the fight, but we're gonna go into serious time here whenever we get over to the boss. But there's gonna be some very precise fast flight involved here. Nice.
I couldn't get it. Sorry, he is really worrying me.
That's okay, you were able to show it off as well.
I mean, I checked before my run. He was sleeping. I thought, oh, it's fine. He can stay there. But no, he woke up halfway through the run.
So what happened in that boss fight? So you need to do a fast flight, which a fast flight is where when you jump off the ground and you go into your flight, but you have to, like, it's really hard to explain, especially when you aren't a runner of this game. But you have to time your flight in a in such a way that Tails gets a lot more height than intended. So it takes you have a lot of upward momentum, and it gives you enough height to be able to land on the rocks, to be able to fly up to the next section of that boss fight. That's it verbatim, but it's very, very difficult and saves about 20 seconds if done correctly. You still got some time saved there for doing it 2 out of 3 cycles.
Oh,
so
yeah,
definitely a good showing.
The time save is about 20 seconds. So yeah, and I'm so sorry that I found that trick.
I'm so...
I actually wish I never found it. No, I really mean that. It's horrible.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. I have a drink now.
Is it whipped coffee?
No, actually, it is not. Although I've been considering next batch of whipped kashi. Off. I should never give you any crap for mispronouncing Sonic and the Shiny Things again.
I'm being abused. I'm once again being attacked. Idea.
I should never give you crap for it again, but I'm thinking about having it be like whipped mocha.
Okay, the reason why I did put a pause buffer there is because if you go too fast, I would have to do 3 or 2 blind jumps at going that super speed, and it's so difficult to do. So I'd rather just sort of slow it down just to be safe, other than completely messing it up. You know, safe strats.
Oh yeah. Someone said, is Sonic and the Shiny Things the new storybook game? Yes, and it's better than the previous 2. So, here in Stardust Speedway 3, we're not really racing Metal Sonic. We're racing Eggman's laser, because, in this remake of Sonic CD, he doesn't really rubber band, Metal Sonic doesn't really, rubber band like he does in the original version, so he's not really someone that we worry about here. However, if for some reason Robotnik rubber bands, we're in trouble. Oh, also Tails gains a lot of horizontal speed for some reason or another when he flies directly along a ceiling.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that, it just does. Also,
yeah.
Bye, Metal Sonic.
We call that getting wrecked. Also, I like how Robotnik just kind of like fires his laser 2 more times, like as if it's going to work after the first time it failed to get through.
Oh, dear.
Also, like, what is with a good future in every Zone 3 being, or Act 3 being pink? I just never understand. Like, I don't understand why pink is immediately associated with, like, good future. But sure.
Maybe it's Robotnik's favorite color secretly.
Maybe. I mean, Little Planet also appears blue in every, like, picture it's ever been in, or every FMV or anything. It really should be colored pink. So this is Metallic Madness. It is not as good as it is in Mania. Like, I will just be very, very, blunt there. We're also going to use that red spring to be able to transition into the future as well. And it looks like you pause buffer to be able to change your direction at the last second, right?
Yeah, let me, I can explain that trick. I have to get rid of the ring monitor, because it's going to get in my way. I have to do a 2-spin dash, so 2-tap spin dash onto the spring, go up it on, I think, once, and then when Tails is around the bottom of the right wall, I need to go left.
Okay.
So that I will make it into the wall like that and hit the bottom of that ring monitor. Yeah, because if that ring monitor's in the way, I can't go inside the wall like that.
Right. I also really like, I just noticed some of the level design in this is deliberately so that you can, maintain the, maintain the ability to, like, transition into the past or the future. Like, it just, like the 2 red springs facing each other. Normally, I just, like, severely question that existing in a Sonic game, but right there, it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip, like, a huge portion of the level here.
I also like how the past is colored kind of like lavender and green. This is a significantly better color palette.
It's relaxing for
a
stage.
Also, the sky is a pretty lavender as well, like bluish lavender as well. Oh, by the way, in the original version, you can't go up the top along the ceiling of the stage because the signpost won't trigger and you just kind of soft lock. There we go. So we're actually entering, this is Metallic Madness 3. So this is really the final boss because these things have terrible hitboxes. Final boss is the hitbox. But that was actually really, really good. This is the actual final boss. So we're actually, so Tails is a little because of his smaller hitbox, he has a slightly smaller jump height than Sonic. And this trick here actually allows us to get a double hit, and that involves pause buffering just so you can time the second hit perfectly, because that is a very, very difficult jump to make without pause buffering. You can do it, it's just not easy as Tails.
Yeah, the reason I do it is because I suffer from anxiety, so I'd rather do the pause buffering.
Yeah, I can't blame you there. And also,
Yeah.
when a game is timed by in-game time, it makes way more sense.
Sorry, my fault.
Yeah, I completely forget this is a 4-hit boss. But that was a 2430 from what I'm seeing.
It was probably faster than that. It took me a second to hit the button.
But that is a very, very good run. And a very good demonstration of, yes, of wow. A very good demonstration of how to get all the good features.
So I just looked at my splits, and I'm actually 8 seconds off the world record. So that is how good the run was.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Once again, thank you, beginning of title Tempest 1. It stopped me from getting the world record because I think that added about 12 seconds. And there goes the cat is going on my desk.
Oh my goodness.
He's sniffing my phone.
Well, thank you for that awesome run. That was a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you
That's
for
okay.
for doing the run as well. It was really good to showcase both characters in CD over the course of the marathon, as well as both ways to get the good ending.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, well, I think we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back very shortly with Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh yeah, definitely stick around for that.